Pioneer head coach Doug Jones after his team rallies from a 4-0 deficit for an 8-5 win over Mars Hill in Game 1 of tonight's series. Coach, team's down 4-0, but as I said, that it didn't seem like anybody was hanging their heads. It seemed like that there was still a determination coming from the bench.
Yeah, I think we stayed calm. You know, we got off to a little bit of a rough start and made some bad pitches and things of that nature. But I felt like our guys stayed calm, and it was early, and I thought we had a chance to get back into the game, and we did. We were able to chip away and get within one, which I think then it's anybody's ball game at that point.
A couple guys get some big hits. Garrett Dupuis had a big hit to make it 4-3, and of course Fincham came through with the go-ahead hit in the 8th inning. And just situations where needing that spot hitting and needing that clutch hitting is just something that it's so important. And tonight those guys came through.
Yeah, and Dupuis had a great at bat. Kind of fell behind the count, fouled some pitches off, and kind of stayed with the breaking ball, got enough of it to drive into. That was a big at bat. And Fincham, again, we had run and hit on and kind of stayed with it, and the base hit to right was big. And then with the infield in there in the 8th, he did what he had to do. He kind of stayed in the middle of the field, and that's experience. Fincham's been in that situation quite a bit, so that was big for us. And I thought Cabrera had 4 hits, and kind of good to see him get back in there a little bit and get going was also big.
Just about to ask you about that. He sat down a couple games. Sometimes guys just need a little bit of a mental break from when they're in a scuffle like that. And he came out tonight, 4 hits, and he looked like he was at command at the plate.
Yeah, a lot better, a lot more comfortable. I think a couple of good days of practice helped him. He's battling a quad injury and trying to get on the same page with me as well. So good to have him back in there. I thought he played really well, both offensively and defensively, and good win. Stayed with it, and we talk about it all the time. The team that makes the most mistakes is going to come up on the short end, and they made more than we did tonight, and we were fortunate enough to take advantage of that.
Guy to give a call to is Charles Hall. He came in and he pitched outstanding, 4 2/3 innings of relief, and he kept it close. It could have gotten out, it could have spiraled out of control, and he kept us in the ballgame.
Yeah, when you come into that spot, that's your job, is to try to keep us in the game. And I thought he showed really good composure tonight too. I think he's getting more comfortable, settling in. Colin didn't have really good stuff tonight, which is the first time we've seen that out of him. But what Charles Hall did for us was critical. He kept putting up some zeros and keeping us in the game, giving us an opportunity to fight back there. So really proud of his performance as well.
Always nice to win the Friday night game. Kind of sets the tone for the weekend. And your objective, your goal is to sweep, but a split is okay. But it takes a little bit of a pressure off, and now you can go out there tomorrow and just try and take care of business.
Yeah, game 1 of a series is always big. It kind of sets the tone, and we didn't play great. It's not like we played great. We gave away a lot of at bats, and but I take that as a positive, because I think we can play a lot better. And if we can play clean on defense, which is what we were able to do, and the pitcher has so much to do with that, setting the tone, setting the tempo, be in the zone. Guys don't get lazy and stagnant out there. So, I think we can play a lot better, but getting this one tonight's good, and hopefully we'll play a little bit better tomorrow as well.
Doubleheader against Mars Hill, 1 o'clock tomorrow at Pioneer Park. Tusculum defeats Mars Hill 8-5 in the series opener tonight. For more on tonight's game, visit TusculumPioneers.com.